Welcome back to my another Ravi Thapa programming videos. So in the last video, we were discussing that how do we read a program, right? Whatever you have written, how do you read that program? So because in this case, we are using a simple one-liner uh, program where it is printing hello Java programming 2. In actual scenario, this is not going to be like this, right? So in the actual program, I mean, in the actual scenarios, you could, if it is a legacy code, you could see 10,000 lines of code in one single file. I mean, I have seen that in my life. But nowadays, in the more modern programming, you are not going to see more than 120 lines or maybe 150 lines in a particular Java file. But there will be multiple classes of that particular logic. So how do we combine those classes and how do we read those classes? It's very important. The way you read, it's define whether you are going to understand that program or the particular module or that particular logic or the business. That's very important. So this was all about the last video. So next that we are going to discuss is, let me save this as well, so maybe this could be useful for you to make a note. Right, so this was the class. So I'm going to write another class. I'm going to just copy paste this, but I would recommend you to write new class every time, so that as much you write the file, even if it is the same file, it will enhance your memorizing skill, as well as your finger will remember, okay, what is the next keyword or the syntax, whatever. So it's very important to practice. To practice is you have to write it again and again. I would recommend you to write into the copy as well. Initial days, at least initial 30 days, when you are writing some small programs, maybe up to the 50 lines, you should write each and every program in your copy. That will help you to memorize the program. It's very important to memorize as well. If you are not memorizing the syntax and other things, in the long run, it's not sustainable. It's not, in the long run, it is not sustainable. So I'm going to save it with the test2. Okay. So now what I'm going to write is, and 2 plus 3, yes, and I'm going to compile this Java file, dir javac test2.java. File not found, test2. Maybe I have saved it with the name. Okay, it was saved as a document, so it's very important to save it as a Java file dot Java. I will go there manually and delete that file. Javac test2.java. There's no error, and I'm writing test2. See, so it is adding 2 plus 2, and it is showing the value, that is 23, right? But it should be like 5, but instead of doing 5, why it is showing is the 23, right? The reason behind that, whenever we are writing anything in a this double quote, right, and we are using this plus sign, remember this plus sign, it will concatenate this value as a string instead of treating it as an integer, or maybe in some cases maybe it is a decimal number. It will just add it as a string. It will add, or not add, actually not the mathematical add, it will concatenate. It will just uh, concatenate these values and present as a single string, which is happening here. So if you want to add it, you have to say that this is not for the concatenation, this is for the calculation. To mention that, you have to use this bracket. So let me compile this, right? So you have to mention that this is for the addition or the mathematical operation, not for the concatenation. So this is how you do that. So for like this, for example, you could say system.out.println plus, see, I am concatenating, just put your logic, 2 plus 3, there should be one space between them, and I am saying that equal to, you should print plus 2 plus 3, and I am simply putting the semicolon. See, so what it is saying, add two numbers 2 and 3 and add it, show the result. So you could also simply say result, this will look much better. So remember, only writing program is not enough. Whatever you are writing and whatever the output you are showing, it should look good, right? If that output is not, understandable by the normal people or any, a common man, it's not useful. If you go to the any, what to say it, uh, restaurant billing system, or if you go to like any shopping centers, right, there you will see a console where they are adding up, multiple items, and they are calculating the, complete value of that product. You will see it always looks better. I mean, it always looks good in a very good text, as well as the colorful, and they are also using the touch screen to, to make it very user friendly, and any common man with, some basic understanding of the screen and the computer, he could operate it nowadays, because it's a smartphone system, so almost everybody understands it, right? So it's very, very necessary to understand it. So this is how we do it. Now I would like to show you one more thing. What if we write only system dot out dot println and simply compile it? Let me make another program of it. 3, save it, all files, test 3 dot java, save it, java c. You could simply clean all these cls, right? Java c test 3 dot java. See, there is error system dot out dot. Okay, there is a syntactical error. Print. Remember this error. If you do any syntactical error, and you will see symbol method. See, symbol method. It is saying method. This is a method. Local variable out of type print stream, right? So I will discuss all these errors and everything. Don't worry. So for the node, let's copy this so that we could refer it, in the next discussion. I'll just save it here in the see, there is nothing. And what if I write hello? There's a hello. What if I remove it? It is hello. It is same. But did you see that there is a difference? Here, if you are seeing, there is a new line. Here, it is not showing that. So this println is actually printing. I mean, earlier it was the println. It is printing the next line after printing the hello. If you will write it, copy it, paste it, something like this, and save and compile it. See, it is printing the hello hello in one line without any gap, without giving any next line. But if I will add the println ln ln ln, let's see what it will do. See, it is printing, but this is the unnecessary. So even if you will remove this, it will not affect anything. Just that you will not see the one next line. It looks good. It was not necessary, right? So this is how you do it.